Marhaba. In today's lesson, we're gonna learn second person pronouns and how and what. So our lesson is gonna be divided into two sections. We're gonna start with second person pronouns. Before that, what you need to know that pronouns in Arabic match or have to match the gender and the quantity of the thing that is being referred to. In addition, pronouns can be written independent, as an independent shape, or suffix connected at the end of the word. Okay? So, here, second person pronouns is, we have three. We have you, masculine, you, feminine, and you, plural. As I said, that pronouns have to match the gender and the quantity. So, independent pronoun, I'm going to write here, independent pronoun. You, masculine, is inta. Inta. You, feminine, independent pronoun, is inti, inti, and you, plural, is into. Okay? So, these are the independent pronouns. Now, the pronoun suffixes. We have you, masculine, represented by, let me write in different colors so you see, is ak. Ak. And you, feminine, is ik. And you, plural, is con. So again, second person pronouns, you, masculine, independent, inta, as a pronoun suffix is ak, you, feminine, is inti, as a pronoun suffix is ik, and you, plural, is into, as an independent pronoun, and pronoun suffix is con. Now the question is how we can use these pronouns. It's not just a grammar lesson, but we need to use them. So I want you to keep in mind this chart, okay, because I'm gonna erase it, and then go to the second part, is how we use the second person pronouns with how and what. Okay, so if the question, if I want to say how and what, we start with asking people, how are you? And what are you doing? What's up? How's life? And all of these questions. So, how we can use second person pronoun with how? We start with the question, how in Arabic is kif. I'm going to write it in chatting and write the question mark, and in Arabic is kif. Okay? So now we're going to go back in the memory to the second person pronoun independent and connected. Okay? So if we're talking about, I'm saying, how are you masculine, is, in Arabic, you write the question kif, and then the suffix masculine is ak. You remember ak? So ak, it's the suffix, pronoun suffix, representing you, masculine. Okay? And how we write in Arabic? is exactly how we wrote it before, is كيفك. Okay? Now, and I'm gonna write here masculine so you know the equivalent in Arabic. And if I'm talking to a woman, say, how are you? How are you, Christine? I'm talking to Christine. So you feminine, okay? So the question is, of course, كيف again, plus the suffix ik. كيفك. كيفك. And in Arabic is kasra with the letter ka. So how are you feminine? The suffix is ik, and in Arabic is written like that. How are you? How are you guys? How are you plural? So I'm talking to a group. Okay? Also we use the question كيف in addition to the last pronoun suffix that we learned previously is con. Okay? And the question is in Arabic كيف and then con as well. So as you see here, okay, we use the pronoun suffix. So we say, how are you, masculine, كيفك, كيفك. I'm talking to George. I'm saying, how are you, George? We say, كيفك, كيفك, George. Okay, you can say the name in addition to the question, just to confirm that you know that person. You say his name as a type of or kind of respect. Okay, so, and how are you, feminine, كيفك, and how are you, plural, كيفكن. Okay. Now we moved from how are you directly to how is your health. Okay, so we're going to use the question how. How is your, I'm talking to a man, masculine, and health. Okay, so in order to say this in Arabic, we're going to say the question كيف, okay, by itself. And then your health is together. So كيف صحتك. Okay, so I'm gonna write the ak in Arabic in red. كيف صحتك. And in Arabic كيف صحتك. Now the words are getting bigger, so we don't have much space. However, so how is your health? Now, if you notice that ak is not connected to the question كيف. As I said earlier, that we're going to go through all the grammatical meaning of the suffix and the independent pronoun later, but now I want you to know that if you want to say how is your health, you just add the question كيف in addition to the word health and then the suffix your health, okay, which is like a possessive pronoun. Okay, so كيف صحتك, how is your health, masculine. I'm talking to a man and then to a woman, how is your, and then of course feminine, and then I'm talking about health as well. Okay, so I say كيف, and then I guess now you should start getting the hints from before. So if when I say your feminine, I say كيف صحتك, okay, and in Arabic كيف and then tik. Okay, كيف صحتك. Now the last one is how is your, and then I'm talking to a group. I'm saying how are you, like guys, how is your health? How are your health? I'm talking to a group. So كيف as well صحتكن. Okay, and in Arabic كيف صحتكن. Okay, so now this is the second question using كيف. Okay, we started with how are you, كيفك, how are you masculine كيفك, how are you feminine كيفك, how are you plural كيفكن, and now the second one is how is your health, talking to a man, كيف صحتك, to a woman كيف صحتك, كيف, and to a group of people كيف صحتكن. Okay, all right, so the last question using how is how is it going, كيف الحال, كيف الحال. And as you notice that it doesn't have ak, neither ik or kon, because this is a general word. It's not referring to the person personally. It's just a general question is how is it going, the situation. So if you think about the question is how is it going, the situation, not how are you or how is your health. Okay. However, you can say how is your life condition. You can conjugate it, but we're not going to go through this because we don't know how to use the pronoun suffix yet. Okay, so this is with how, and just to keep in mind that we have learned 3 questions using how is how are you, masculine, feminine, plural, كيفك, كيفك, and كيفكن. And then the second question, how is your health, كيف صحتك, كيف صحتك, and كيف صحتكن. And the last question is the general question is how is it going, كيف الحال. Note, حال means condition of life or situation. Okay, so you can use it in different situations or topics. And now we're going to move to the next question. What in Arabic is شو, and learn how to use شو in questions, talking to people and asking about their life. Okay, so the first question is what's your news? I'm talking to a man, okay? So if I'm saying to a man, what's your news? Okay, we start with the question شو. So here we're constructing our sentence, our question, شو, and then the word news is أخبار, bar, and then you masculine is أك, right? So the question is شو أخبارك, شو أخبارك, and in Arabic is the question شو, the word أخبار, and then the suffix أك. Okay, so if we're talking to a lady, to a woman, and I'm saying the same question, what's your news? Okay, feminine. The same thing, I'm going to be saying شو أخبارك. Okay, and the same thing in Arabic, I will be writing and saying شو أخبار, and then the suffix ik. Okay, شو أخبارك. The last one is I'm talking to a group of people, so I'm talking to plural. Okay, the same thing, شو, and then أخباركن. I hope you didn't forget these suffixes, as you're going to be using them a lot in the future. So شو أخباركن. Okay, so this is how you can ask someone how is it going. You use the word news, أخبار. Okay, now this is the first question. The second question you can say, which is slang word, is what's up. How to say what's up in Arabic. So I'm going to erase this also. It's a very cool expression, and it is, so what's up, okay, is شو في ما في. Okay, شو في ما في. So as you notice that there's no pronoun suffix, because also it's a general question. What's up? What's up is same idea as how is it going. Okay, كيف الحال. And it's a general question, not about the person, just like talking to him, like how is it going, like referring to the person, just to his life situation. And actually, if we translate شوفي ما في, it's very funny. Translation literally is like what's in, what's not in, as what there are news on the field now and what's not. Okay, so this is شوفي ما في. Now we learned the question how and what using the pronoun suffix. Okay, and we learned as well two new words, حال, which means situation and condition, and أخبار means news. Okay. Now, before we finish this lesson, I need to remind you about three things, okay, that we're going to be learning all the pronouns in next lesson, like coming lessons. Second, which is very important, that when we learn the question, we use in English verb to be, is how are you, how is it going, and as you notice that in Arabic it didn't exist, okay, which is true. Verb to be in Arabic in present tense, it does not exist. The meaning is implied in the question or in the word, however the sentence is constructed. Okay, and the second cultural information is you might hear people using a lot of a question with you, like how are you doing, how is your health, what's up, what's going on, and then you will feel like a little bit stressed that you need to answer all of these questions, but in fact these are just questions to make you feel that they care about you, but there's no need to answer all of these questions, and there's like no need to feel that they are interfering in your life or not. And in fact, the more you use questions and answers or replies, the more people will feel comfortable to hold a conversation with you. So it's for your benefit. Okay, thank you.
يا ديمة خير وعطاء ويمام نقاء وسخاء، يا نجما شع فأبهجنا، يا شعلة نور وضاء. يا ديمة خير وعطاء ويمام نقاء وسخاء، يا نجما شع فأبهجنا، يا شعلة نور وضاء. يا ديمة بذل تعطينا، هلت بعطاء تسقينا، أقبلت فأزهرت الدنيا والبشر توالى يحوينا. يا ديمة بذل تعطينا، هلت بعطاء تسقينا، أقبلت فأزهرت الدنيا والبشر